What's going on, world? And welcome back to the Pursuit of the Good Life podcast, where we talk about how to enhance your career and your relationships. I am your host, the Kameron Lovelace, joined as always by the amazing Dr. Vincent via Zoom. What's going on, Dr. B?
Oh man, we are just out here surviving Corona or the Rona or Miss Rona or whatever you want to call it.
Whatever you want to call it.
It's so interesting just how things have just played out over the last few weeks or days, really. Because I feel like every day it's just gotten progressive. So it's like we went from, okay, this isn't bad, then, okay, the schools are going to be out. We're going to extend spring break to, okay, now y'all got stay-at-home orders. Now we doing this. Now are you an essential or non-essential, person? And so we just rocking and rolling it, taking it literally one day at a time.
Right. Man, let me tell you something. So those who know me and Sparkle know that we're not like fancy people. Our first date ever was at Chili's, right?
Yeah.
So Chili's has literally every single day sent me an email.
I know.
Hey, your delivery fees are waived. Hey, here's a free appetizer. Hey, here's this. Hey, this is that. I'm like, what's really going on here? Because y'all been sending me stuff every single day.
Yeah.
I can only imagine what other people are sending out too. But look, Chili's like, we still need that money.
Yep.
Did you see that Cheesecake Factory said they ain't paying rent? They just like,
I saw it. They were just like, we're just not gonna pay rent this month. Y'all do what y'all want to do.
We ain't got it.
Yeah, I agree. So like, it's so funny that you mentioned Chili's because I was checking my emails and I was like, I was like, oh, I got free cheesecake. So he was like, I got one too. I'm like, Chili's is just sending out all the free stuff.
Chili's
like literally every other restaurant. It's like, I've gotten so many emails of sales and like, these people are trying to get their money. So like, if you are an online shopper, this is like the worst time because you're like probably just sitting at home shopping.
Right.
You probably don't need to be spending that money.
Oh yeah, definitely not. Shut everything down.
But everything's on sale, so hey.
A lot of stuff is on sale. But as far as grocery stores, it's horrible. So last week around like Wednesday, Thursday, cleaned out. So I went on like Monday or Tuesday of this week.
Yeah.
So it's like you got
get your groceries?
Huh?
Did you get your groceries?
I got like everything I could. Like we were like, I got everything that I didn't get last week. I got this week.
Okay, cool.
But we got a lot of frozen stuff.
Yeah.
A lot of frozen pizzas. Shout out to Red Baron.
Yeah.
Quick, throw it in there. 18 minutes and we good.
Yeah, we definitely got like a bunch of. Well, we've been cooking. Like one thing I can say is this: we've cooked. I think we've like found multiple ways how to cook a chicken. When I tell you, we've had
fried, crispy, grilled, fried, grilled, baked, sauteed.
We had baked jerk chicken wings one night, which was amazing. We had pulled chicken barbecue sliders one night.
Okay, so y'all
we had chicken quesadillas, and last night I made this pesto chicken baked pasta. Like we have chickened the chicken.
Chicken this, chicken that. So did y'all just go to like get like let's just get as much chicken as we can? Y'all the reason why people had chicken.
No, honestly, like we only get like one bag at a time, but it's like we'll think like, oh, what are we gonna have for dinner? It's like, oh, we're gonna do this, and oh, do we have chicken or we need to go like to the store? So like we definitely got a lot of snacks though. We have been snacking. So all the snacks, yeah. And I'm ashamed to say that like kind of snacked on my quarantine snack like the first 2 days. I had to go back and get more snacks.
All of them.
So I think we underestimated what this looks like, right? And the reason why I say that is, so we always talk about, oh, I'm a homebody, or oh, I like to be at home, or oh, this, but it's like when you're actually like have to be there, you really and truly have to like evaluate how you're doing things. Because you look up, you done ate like a whole box of cereal.
Right.
Or a whole whatever pizza because you just sitting there chilling. or you're just sitting there. So like I have made it a point though to like go outside, like to get fresh air or something like every day. Cause yeah,
I'm gonna be honest.
it's really interesting.
To be honest, the little bit that I've gone out has been to let my dog out.
Okay.
To go to the store when we're running low because Sparkle's still open for business. So
Yeah.
I'm at home chilling. So I go out and restock, and when my church needs something, because I live close. I live very close to the church, so if they need something, they need me to help with some technology stuff. I can just shoot up there and shoot back. So I'm straight, but I'm gonna be honest. That first week, I was very like in the cabin, like chilling, non-productive, and we just like, okay, well, we just gonna ride it out. But what I want to talk about today on the podcast is basically about taking advantage of the storm.
Yeah.
So everything is at a standstill basically right now. If you ain't, restaurant. And really, if you are a restaurant, this could be a hard time for you. Really, a lot of people, it's a hard time. I think unemployment has risen to like 3 million as of a couple of days ago, and it's probably going to up. Well, shout out to the government. Got a little something right. Let me put my phone on silent. Giving these stimulus checks, looking for that. But this is really a good time, but people don't really realize it, to really like try to sit back and strategize and figure out how to really get your life together moving forward. Because the thing about what we're going through right now is financially, economically, we're probably about to hit a recession.
Yeah.
Because a recession it's officially a recession when like the economy is like bad for like 3 consecutive months. That's an official recession. So we know March is obviously gonna be horrible. Probably April and May is probably going to be horrible. We might not come out of this till like July or August. Really, at the latest. Hopefully we're good by August, by the time school rolls back around and stuff like that. But we just don't know. It's really uncertain until we get all under control. And like currently, U.S. is the top right now. We passed Italy, so we just don't know. But you have to know what it is that you can do in this time so that when this recession passes, what are we doing now to prepare ourselves for that when this all comes back online? So I know, for example, probably the biggest that's impacted, other than, of course, the people getting laid off, are the people that are graduating.
Yeah.
Graduating high school, graduating college, graduating with your master's, PhD, all that good stuff. You're basically now in this limbo.
Yeah.
And that's a really, really tough time, but you have to take advantage of that time, really, because now you got free time to get your resume together. If you graduate in college, get your resume together. You got time to start looking online for your particular degree, your particular businesses and stuff like that, because you're forced to. But if you spend it really tricking it off, sitting at home, watching Netflix, catching up on This Is Us, like you said, like doing nothing but snacking, enjoying your time, FaceTiming your friends, checking in, see how they're doing and stuff like that. And I'm not saying don't spend time with your loved ones, because like this is a great time to do that. Spend time with your kids, spend time with your family members that are not quarantined. But it's a great time for that. But a portion of the time needs to be dedicated to really expanding and strategizing for that next step.
Yeah, no, I agree with you. I do, like, my heart definitely goes out to those who are graduating seniors from college and high school, and those who have been working on their degrees, their secondary degrees. And it just really kind of made me think about, like, how would I have dealt with this if this happened last year? Because and for both of us, so we both graduated last May, right? And so it really just kind of makes me think, like, wow, like, if this happened last year, I don't know if I would have been I don't know how I would have dealt with this, because it's like you work so hard to get to this moment, And now it's like, oh, it can't happen. I mean, of course, like those graduating from college and those who are getting like their secondary degrees, and even those graduation, you're still gonna get your diploma, but it's
Right.
just like the extra things, right? So like you probably had family coming, you probably made plans for a party, or one of my success coaches, she posted this very like this message, and she was just like, I was looking forward to, she's a senior in college, she's like, I was looking forward to like my last, yard show, or my last Tiger Bash, or my last, just like those little moments that we kind of take for granted. And now it's like you can't have it. And so I agree with you that this is the time to kind of channel that energy into something more positive.
Right.
And something like where you can use this time to really kind of just evaluate yourself, evaluate what you want, evaluate what you want to do, because now all we have is time. And so you can, update your resume. You can, take assessments, or you can, really kind of think about that. Because what happens is we'll just kind of dwell on like what we're losing in the season. And so, I'm not going to be able to do this. I'm not going to be able to do that. That you'll literally work yourself into like a funk, really. Like you'll look up and just be mad at the world because you can't celebrate, or you can't do what you want to do. And we can use this time to really like, okay, I can't do that, but I can do this.
Right.
Like what's the positive that's going to come out of this, right? Like I can get time to not have to stress about finals like that, or not have to stress about whether or not I was going to be able to finish this project, because now I have time to finish it, right? I'm not at work, so I have time, I can finish these things. And so, but yeah, my heart does go out to those people. One of my friends, I'm just thinking about her. She defended her dissertation last week. Well, no. So she did it like in a room.
Oh, so it was before everything shut down.
Well, yeah. Well, technically, we were under like the 10 or more. No, the 10 or less. Gotcha. But everybody just showed up anyway, and we just like, she just did it quickly. And so, but we literally once they like when they announced her as like Dr. So-and-so, we couldn't even go in the room at that point, because they're like, we had already gotten like in trouble because it was like more than 10 people.
Gotcha.
But she still got to have that moment. And I was grateful she got to have that moment. But for everybody else, like since her, they've all had to do it via Zoom, right? And that's such a big deal. But she's taking this so good. She's like, you know what? I still worked hard. Yep. I'm still doing it. This is not, she's like, Corona is not taking my moment from me.
Right.
Like, I'm still going to graduate. I still did it. I'm still Dr. So-and-so.
Yep.
Like, it is what it is at this point. So, but yeah, so my heart goes out to the people.
That's absolutely true. But what my thing is, so now that you've accomplished, because I don't know what the colleges are doing, because the colleges are giving people access here and there. Like I know, so some people like Harvard, they sent all their students home, of course, right?
Yeah.
Not my alma mater. My alma mater decides, oh yeah, y'all still gonna be on campus. Y'all just gonna
stay on campus?
They are still on campus as of right now.
They're going to class and all that stuff?
No, they ain't going to class. Everything's online, but like the library is still open because obviously not everybody has a laptop. So people got to go there and do their homework and stuff like that. But no, they ain't sending none of them home. My alma mater is a little greedy. So they was like, we can't give y'all this housing back. This housing and meal plan, we can't give y'all that back. So y'all are just going to have to deal with this. So shout out to the cafeteria workers on college campuses that are still going through.
Well, I know U of M, they basically shut down everything. So I know for U of M, it's only like essential workers. Now, I don't know if this has changed, but I do know when they extended the spring break, they said that like the food places, so like the cafeteria, stuff like that was still going to be open. And so I don't know, but like I said, that was like a week or two ago, and clearly things changed literally within 24 hours. And so I don't know if that's still the thing. I just remember some of my success coaches talking about how even though they like extended spring break, they were saying that like places on like the cafeteria and stuff was still open.
Right.
But that could have changed by now. They could have just shut it all the way down. I do know classes are online completely at U of M, so I know that part that nobody's really meeting, but I don't know if the food workers and things are still there. So
Child, yeah, look.
that's crazy though. I did read that Liberty University somewhere.
Mhm.
Some it's either Liberty, it's some university in Virginia. They are back in school, like back in classes. Like I read about it yesterday that the president was just like, y'all coming to school. So they're back on campus. And it was really interesting. So there's an article about some of these like Southern Republican states and how they're taking the
Mhm.
virus seriously or how they're like doing it. And he just talked about how like many of them were just like, we're not going to do that. So like, I give you an example. My home state, which, you know, our governor, he basically kind of reversed some things. Like he like added to like the essential list and basically saying it just is y'all do what y'all want to do in a sense. Like he put like department stores and just other places that like honestly when you think about it, you probably would get the virus from there if you go.
Mhm.
Because it's like opening up to like a bunch of people. And his response was, we will never be China. But mind you,
Okay. Oh, okay.
mind you, we have some of the largest growing cases of the virus
In that state?
in the state.
Oh Lord.
Like the state has grown so much, but and he's just like, but I can say this: a lot of local mayors
Have
have
shut
kind
down.
of rejected that. So like the mayor of Jackson, I saw his order that he posted. And he was just like, basically, forget what dude said. Still no more than 10 restaurants need to be to go because he was like restaurants can open and all this other stuff can open like the governor, but the mayor of Jackson was like no, this is still in place, like
Yeah.
no, because this is serious.
Well, shout out to him. But the it's a crazy time, but you have to learn how to control what you can control.
Right.
Because you can't control what the governor does. You can't control what the government does. You can't control what your job does. Only thing you can control is the things that you can control.
Right.
And so if you are a graduating senior, you know, you obviously you got to finish out the semester, whether it's online. Hopefully it's not in person. I mean,
No,
I don't
I
know what
don't think they're gonna be doing it in person.
I would if you catch something, you need to do a lawsuit, like flat out. But yeah, you need to focus on controlling what you can control and really take this time to really think about, okay, if this goes through June, July, August, what can I do to prepare myself to be from here to there? It's because I was set to walk in May. So I should have, but if you haven't, I'm gonna give you some grace right now. You should have had some interviews lined up. You should have been researching on Indeed, Monster, job.com, whatever job looking website that you're looking to get that next step at. You need to start looking at it and seeing if they'll do Zoom interviews. So that means you need to figure out, okay, how am I going to dress? What can I set up in my office? Can I set up in my kitchen? What is it that I can do so that I'm not essentially impacted by this over the long haul? Because a lot of people are going to be looking for jobs when this passes, and your thing is going to be flooded. So what you got to do is learn how to control what you control what you can control to separate yourself from the pack.
Yeah, I agree with you on that. This is the time because I will say this, like I forgot I set up like job alerts from like
Mm-hmm.
Indeed. I
Mm-hmm.
get emails every day. Like it's really interesting because on the one hand, people are like businesses are laying off, but on the other hand, people are like hiring right now.
Oh yeah,
Like it's crazy. Um, just the alerts and just all like I'm getting at least 4 or 5 emails a day of
right.
just
And
alerts. So
it's interesting that you say that because my coach, person who coaches me and helps me become a little bit sharper and better, he was like, look, if you are struggling, like if you financially struggling right now, go get a job.
Yeah.
Like don't try to like make a new program where you're gonna be, taking people's money and stuff like that, and it's gonna be like pennies on the dollar. Like, no, if you need income, go get a job. Amazon is hiring.
Yeah.
Walmart is hiring. All these essential jobs are hiring because they're getting overwhelmed and they're still conducting business. So if that's you, go get a job. Like if you're not in the previous people that we were talking about and if you're listening to this and you just got laid off, you need to pick me up. Look, for the next 3 months, 4 months, however long this lasts, go get a job that can supplement your income.
Yeah.
Because I know some of y'all might be, having great time at home with your kids, but other y'all probably tired of y'all kids and, they eating a lot. And so you need some money or you need to get your medication right or whatever your situation is, you need life to continue to go. Yeah. Like the government, like we don't all live in New York. We don't all have our mortgage suspended for the next 90 days. So they still expect their bills to be paid. I don't know what MLGW here in Memphis is going to do. I anticipate they're going to have to figure out something, but they probably still going to want their money. Yeah. But you still got bills that need to be paid. So you guys got to figure something out and go put your pride to the side and just go work. Like work with your hands, work with your mind, work with whatever you can do to still provide that income and keep going. But at the same time, also think, okay, for this period of time, I am, going to be working so that I can just do what I need to do. But I also need to strategize so when to go back to normal so that I can still build, so that I can still do that. If you are an investor, now is the time to really like be stacking up as much money as you can so that when the market reopens, you're ready to strike. Like I think I've said on this podcast before that I'm looking to buy my first property this year. So now I'm definitely like, okay, let me start making sure my credit is right, making sure I got the cash flow so that when I'm ready to look for a property, I'm ready to like, okay, boom, this is going to be it. I'm good to go. But you gotta look beyond your current circumstances. And that's, really whether this corona pandemic is happening or not, we all have to learn how to look beyond where we're at, where we're at right now. You got to learn how to look ahead, like live where you are right now, live in the moment, but look far ahead so that you can strategize and start to think, okay, I want my life to look like this in 3 months, in 6 months, in 9 months, in a whole year. What can I do every 90 days, every month, every week to get a little bit closer to that certain spot? And you don't even have to do something real dramatic. You can just spend an hour a day.
Yeah.
Or you can spend 30 minutes at whatever your time is, one time, whatever time frame that you can make, you can dedicate and block out some time just to work on your future and work on getting yourself into a better predicament. You don't have to be a victim of the moment right now. Yeah. You don't have to be you don't have to be an economic victim of Corona forever.
Yeah.
Like you may have already gotten hit, you may have already gotten slapped upside the head, and you might be taking a real hit right now. Your morale might be real low, but you don't have to stay here.
Yeah.
You can get yourself out of it, but you have to come up with a plan.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I wholeheartedly agree with you. I also think that this is the time. So like taking it a step further, like this is the time to really like do a lot of like self-evaluation and like just holistically, like if you are somebody who say, you know what, I've been wanting to lose weight or wanting to get more active, you have the time now. Like you can start eating better. You can start, YouTube, Pinterest, whatever. If you're somebody who's like, you know what, I want to get back into my word and work on my relationship with the Lord, you ain't got nothing but time now. Look. Like you can do that if you want to start doing yoga or if you want to take up a new hobby or a new project. Like this is the time. I saw a post, somebody had posted the other day where it talked about like maybe God is giving us this time to really do that self-evaluation we've been needing to do. Or to really start that healing process that we've been really needing to do, right? It's so interesting. And I keep looking back at this right before spring break. I remember either I said this to myself or I said this to somebody, and I was like, you know what? I really wish they we had like an extra spring break just to like rest.
I think you did. You did say that.
You know what? I said that. I was like, I really just wish, just to get some rest or,
Mm-hmm.
do some things that I've been wanting to do. And sure enough,
Yep.
here we are, right? So it's like, I feel like at this point, like once this is over,
Mm-hmm.
if you did not do the things that you've always said you wanted to do, like personally, so like
Mm-hmm.
losing the weight or trying to get healthy or whatever, coming up with that business plan, like the only person you're gonna have to blame is yourself because we have nothing but time.
That's a fact, Sarah, and everybody needs to hear this. This will really show who knows how to manage their time appropriately.
Yeah.
Because if you, like, I'm gonna give you guys an example, personal example for like the first week of this corona, because my job is gonna be on spring break, so I was gonna have the week off anyway. But if I played, video games, because I'm not really a video game gamer because it takes entirely way too much time. Like I'm the type of gamer, I may start at 6 o'clock and I won't get done playing till like 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock. Just playing the game, taking bathroom breaks, eating every now and again. But for the most part, engulfed in that game. If I spend this entire 6 months doing just that, nothing is going to get done. And I'm going to be in the exact same space that I was in when I picked up the sticks. And so for those of you who, have all this time, because not everybody has all this time. Some of y'all are still working, but for the most part, everybody's gotten at least a little bit of time added to their day just because everybody's working from home, and you got to do that. But this is what's going to show who all is really masters of time management, because we all have to learn how to time manage regardless of corona, but this time especially, you have to learn how to manage your time, dedicating it to the things that you want 3, 6, 9 months, a year, 2 years from now. If you spend this time right now focusing, you will probably get there much faster than you ever even imagined. So to your weight, like losing weight, we still don't have an excuse because the gyms are closed. YouTube University has plenty of workouts. Pinterest has plenty of workouts that you can do from home.
Yeah.
Plenty of it.
Yeah. And I was going to say, not only that, like one of the things I've been seeing like a lot on like Instagram and Facebook, like social media, you have like personal trainers and people who are like doing like live recordings and live things. Just so like there's so many like options and things that you can do. Like I saw somebody yesterday who posted that they're about to do a live baking class for kids.
Yep.
Like Debbie Allen did a live dance class. Like it is so much you can do during this time. Right. But you have to decide, are you gonna do it or are you just gonna chill? Because let me tell you something, after that first week of chilling, you're gonna get restless anyway. So why not channel that energy into something positive, we can get a return on this break and things of that nature.
So yeah, man, don't sit around and just do nothing, because you're gonna end up in a not so great spot. But let me shift back to our graduates, because a lot of people who are graduating seniors, whether you are 18 or 22, 23, in that age range, you guys don't know where to start.
Yeah.
So, but let me tell you guys, you need to start thinking about what do I want to do after I graduate. So if you're graduating from high school, now's the time you have the opportunity to really start thinking about, okay, is college really for me? If I've waited to the last minute, which I was talking to a couple seniors who like still don't even know where scholarship money is coming from. And so honestly, if you're in that predicament or you don't know what you want to do, I encourage taking at least 6 months off. Like don't go straight into the school in the fall. Like take if you want to go to college, I think you should maybe take like the spring semester, so that if you're trying to avoid loans, if you don't already have acceptance, you haven't already dropped your deposit for housing. You haven't already taken, like, you waited to the last minute and now all this is breaking down. Just chill. Chill, regroup, and start to figure it out, because now internet is your best friend. Between your phone, your laptop, going to the library, going to mama and them, grandmama and them computer, now's the time for you guys to really like hanker down and figure out, okay, if I want to go to college, how much money do I need? If I want to go to technical school, what programs are doing this right now? If I want to go to community college, how do I sign up and get this? Because they're still open. They aren't closed. They're just working remotely. So who do I need to call? Who do I need to set up a Zoom meeting with? What do I need to do so that I can get my ducks in a row to move forward? So if you're graduating college, which means congratulations, you've finally been in school for 16 years. It's coming to a close. Now I'm ready to like finally get out and make some money, but everything's closed down. Well, everything's not closed down. Maybe, hopefully your major like has something where you can like dive into something and you can still continue to work. Cause like, even though, I'm counseling and we're considered essential, we're conducting things via Zoom. Like, jobs set us up with Zoom accounts, and I can still work remotely. But you got to figure out, how can I still progress in the market that I've chosen to get into, so that I can still have a good life in the midst of this chaos. And that's what it's really all about. Now, dating, look, if you haven't already been dating and already hadn't been communicating with somebody or whatever, this is not the time to meet somebody new.
Yeah, I mean, you really can't meet them. I mean, I heard online dating is like booming right now because like
what?
People are bored. Yeah, people are bored and you can't go meet nobody. So I heard that, like, I think I read somewhere that like Tinder and like things like that, like the amount of users and things have like increased like so much. Wow. Because people, I mean, you can't go to a club. Can't go to a club. There are no patios. Like, and so people are turning to online dating. I'm saying all that to say, don't use this as a time to like do random hookups, because like you don't know if people got the virus. You shouldn't be doing that. And I understand the allure of, well, I don't want to be in the house for 2 weeks, but still, like, people could have the virus plus other viruses. And you can't get rid of. So don't let, because we bored or you got some free time,
right,
cost you a lot more. So, but yeah, I heard it's booming.
That's crazy.
That's crazy, right? It's booming. I mean, think about it though. People at home, they're bored. Why not? Like, this one girl, that was funny. I saw this this post on Facebook the other day. This girl was like, I'm so ready for the virus to end because I just been swiping right on all the booga woogas on Tinder. And I'm like, see, that's the problem. You bored. And so like, I think when we're bored, our like standards kind of a few levels, because we want some like attention or some conversation. So it's like we accept things that we would normally accept.
Now you preaching.
When we bored or we just a little anxious, like we don't ask the questions we need to ask. We just want to have a good time.
Yeah. You settle for compromises.
We're compromised, yes, because we just want somebody to talk to. So this ain't the time for that, y'all.
This is not the time to compromise. If you know that you are looking for a specific type of job, if you know that you're looking for a specific type of person, if you know that you want to be in a certain space, if you know you want to lose a certain amount of weight, if you know that you want to make this certain business plan, if you know you want to like work on something within yourself, now is not the time to compromise. Even despite you might have to adjust, but adjusting is not compromising. So if you are, let's go back to the weight thing. If you are really trying to lose 30 pounds in 90 days, you can still do that, but you still don't need to compromise just because a gallon of ice cream is cheap. Just because just because it's cheaper just to buy frozen foods. Look, you might have to adjust. You might have to wake up at 6 o'clock in the morning on Monday so that you can be the first in line to get the food that you need so that you can meal prep. If that means you need to adjust, you need to cancel your membership at Planet Fitness, 10 Fitness, wherever fitness, and you need to like set aside, okay, I'm going to work out at home on YouTube or whatever platform I have between 10 and 11:30. This is my workout time. And if I need to be on the Zoom call, like I got a call at work that's audio only. Okay, I'm going to spend that time doing squats, 50 squats or whatever the case may be. Like now's time to adjust, to shift, but not to compromise, not do nothing. So let's say, for example, if you guys are trying to do business, for those of you guys who are business owners listening to this, now's the time really to add as much value as you can, because people might not be able to afford your services or do what they normally be able to do with your business. But what is the value that you can add to fill the gap in the meantime? Like we said, Chili's has been sending us emails all the time. Free advertise this, free that. They waive in delivery fees. I've used Chili's delivery before, and it was a great experience. But now that I know the fee is waived, I can set up a little date night with me and my wife or whatever the case. Or I can send this or send that. Like you guys are now in the time where you need to add as much value as possible. Let me tell you something. If you are an artist, these people are bored. Go set up a live, say, hey, I'm going live on Friday night at 7 p.m. I'm going to just perform a playlist. I'm going to take requests. Boom, boom, boom. I'm just going to set up a band. I'm going to perform. Just me, my microphone, and do this. Now's the time for you to show people what you got.
Yeah.
Yes.
That has been fun. So like a bunch of like DJs who were like really, or who are still popular, especially when we were in college, they've been doing these like live, these club parties. There was a guy, DJ D Nice, who did this. He did a party, and he had over 100K people.
Yep.
Like celebrities. There's like Michelle Obama was in there, and like people took their time to like, they made it fun.
Yep.
I agree. Like if you are an artist, like if you are somebody who's just trying to get your name out there and do, like, this is the time to do it. Go live, do your thing. Because people gonna watch. People gonna see.
Push your podcast out there.
Put your podcast out there. Trust me. Like everybody at this point in life, we're all just trying to make it through this.
Right.
So, but yeah, we're just trying to make it through. And I just encourage people to just take this time to evaluate life, evaluate yourself, but just don't let the media, what's going on, like cause you to panic too. Right. Like I agree with what you said earlier, Cam. Control what you can control. Right. And just roll with that.
Right. I'm gonna tell you something. I'm finna take advantage of these stimulus checks that the government's gonna send out. Yeah. We're gonna pay off some credit cards. We're gonna put something in save. Like we're gonna do what we're gonna do. But to your point,
I probably use mine for my taxes.
Right. You haven't done your taxes yet?
No, I've done them. I just need to send them. But they extended it to June.
Look, and the thing is, you might not get your taxes if you haven't done your taxes.
Right.
So make sure. So for those,
I think they go off of your 2018 though.
2019. What I read.
Okay. Well, I did my 2019, and so, but my whole thing is, if I would much prefer if they take that for my taxes, than to give it to me. That's fine with me because I got to pay them anyway. So either way it's go, like,
right.
I got to pay y'all anyway. But if y'all just like, hey, she owes money, just go and take that. That's cool. Right. I ain't gonna sweat because it got to come anyway.
That's true. But like Sarah said, take this time to really evaluate yourself and see, okay, what can I do right now to improve myself and start working on it. Do some little things like a book. Hold on, let me see if I got a book. Matter of fact, hold on. Millionaire. I'm in my office, guys. So I'm recommending Millionaire Next Door.
Yeah.
This is probably a good book for you guys who are looking to get in a better financial space right now. What else I got over here? 7 Habits of Highly Effective People, Road Less Traveled, Kingdom Man, Kingdom. Like, take this time to like invest in yourself, invest your time in yourself, not necessarily your money. Like if you can get on YouTube and, you know, listen to podcasts, if you can listen to motivational speakers, you can listen to business people. Those of you who guys want to invest in real estate, I recommend Bigger Pockets. They have a great online platform. That's what I've been consuming to get myself prepared for this time. But take this time to invest your time in yourself and really figure out, okay, what am I missing right now? Because there are people right now who are either going to take advantage of this time or they're going to be a victim of this time. And if you want to live the good life that you want, because this time is hitting everybody the same, but people are responding to it so that they can either maintain, increase their good life instead of, you know, reacting and getting a bad life out of this and setting themselves back, because we all will have to recover from this. So one way or another, some people are not being affected at all. Maybe, hopefully, I'm hoping like you guys that are blessed, like us, and we're still getting paid, but we're not taking this time to just stay still. We're taking this time to really strategize and figure out still how we can take advantage of it to build our businesses, to invest in ourselves, spend more time with our spouses, so that we can just still have a good life. Because having a good life is learning how to transitioning through these ebbs and flows. Because, like, for example, if you and your spouse, you know, have horrible communication, that light is just going to grow right now. So now's the time that you can spend really to focus in and figure out, okay, how can I improve on this one thing right now? And when I get rid of this one thing, okay, that's great. Let me move on to the next thing. And when I do that, okay, let me move on to the next thing. So that by the time this 3, 4, 6 month span has passed, you are in a completely different physical, mental, and spiritual place to get your good life.
Yes, I hope.
Thanks for coming to my TED Talk.
Thank you. I thought this was a good session. You dropped some gems on the people, and I hope that people can grab some of these gems that we've been dropping on y'all during this coronavirus time. I'm trying not to say it like how Cardi B said.
Oh yeah, every time coronavirus
during this time. So, but yeah, you got anything else?
I think that's about it as far as content wise. I know that I personally will be doing, so when this comes out, I might be doing some lives, because I just know that you know, this is kind of a wonky time for the graduates, for the business owners, for the people who maybe hated their jobs before this happened, and then maybe they're laid off or whatever, they just stuck, and now they're on Zoom calls at 8:00 in the morning looking at people. You just are frustrated. So I think I'm going to be doing some lives for those people. I'll probably be announcing it while we're promoting the podcast. But let me tell y'all something. I'm coming heavy. I'm coming for everybody. So if you follow me, if you aren't already listening to the podcast, you guys need to get the word out, because I'm going to be posting videos every single day. I'm going to figure out when. And Sarah's going to be posting too, because ain't no reason this podcast shouldn't be expanding more listeners during this time.
We're definitely going to be posting and doing it. So y'all make sure y'all follow us on Instagram, Facebook, follow the podcast, Pursuit_podcast. We always tag ourselves in things. And just like, share, comment, send it to somebody, subscribe on YouTube, right. And we hope to help y'all get to y'all's good life.
Absolutely. So until next time, guys, keep a lookout for everything that we got going on. We're going to be providing some more value for you guys during this time, because we want you guys to transition through this time and still have a good life. But until next week, we'll see you next week.
All right, bye, y'all.